I think it's an outworking of what I experienced myself, in that when you start off on a journey, the tyranny of church, which I'm not attacking church when I say this, the tyranny of church, the tyranny of faith, is that it puts boxes upon people that we have to show up and perform in certain ways. Whereas the whole thing about God was releasing people to be, and God does release people. Jesus is releasing people to be who they naturally are. He doesn't ask the woman at the well to deny her history, but through her history she finds something of the life of God, and by talking honestly about who she is. And I felt I couldn't get to where I was in the situation I faced with Katie without being honest about who I was, and I felt ashamed of some of those honest feelings, and I felt frightened, and I know some people stepped away from me consequentially of that. But I find, especially with folks who are getting into mid-years and whatever and older, that oftentimes there's a part of the stepping away from church, which we've observed and whatever, is that people are in a mess or mixed up or confused or angry because they've not really been allowed to become who they are, because they've been so busy trying to be
to fit,
what's projected.
mold,
And I'm not attacking preachers. I've been a preacher myself, and we have to set out what we perceive to be the Christian way, but how we discover it and getting across to people that they're loved, fracture and all. We can't do anything to make God love us, because he loves us. We can't change the fracture that we are or the brokenness that we carry. We don't necessarily need to celebrate it, but for goodness sake, we've got to be honest about it. So what I love is listening to people and standing with them as they come to terms with disappointments, with their own habitual behaviour issues, anything really. And it's not to say that they won't change, but we kind of got this magic bubble or wand that says you become a Christian and God transforms you. Well, we will be transformed, we know that, but we live with the fracture, and God loves us with the fracture. We haven't got to somehow bury it, hide it, lose it. That's who I am. And if I sink deeper into the grace of God, actually more of God will come out of me, even though the fracture, I can spend all my time trying to make myself better, but I probably can't. But if I get to know God more and sink deeper into God, I will reflect and reveal more of God's life into the world.
Tune in to the Profile Interview in association with Christianity Magazine every Saturday at 4 p.m, only on Premier Christian Radio, where faith comes to life.